As you probably know, Netflix is going to have an ad-supported tier in the coming months. It's supposed to hit sometime early next year. And that's got a lot of us wondering, how's that gonna work exactly? Well, we got some news about it this week, and we've had some tidbits over the last few weeks, and I thought I'd fill you in on some of those. And I've got a couple other news items for you about Paramount Plus, and Plex is in the news, and not in a good way. So, let's dive in. Thanks for joining me today, everybody. If this video turns out to be helpful to you, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. That'd be very nice of you. All right, so let's talk about Netflix. Okay, so Netflix, like I said, is going to have an ad-supported tier. The news that came out a couple of days ago is that that ad-supported tier will very likely cost somewhere between $7 and $9 per month. This is a little bit more than some people were expecting, but it does put them right in line with their competitors. Hulu's ad-supported tier is $7. Disney Plus, starting in December, theirs will be $8 a month. And of course, we've got HBO Max at $10 a month for their ad-supported tier. Which is good for Netflix because, it'd be nice if they're not the most expensive kids on the block anymore. And like I said, there are some other tidbits that we've known for the last few weeks. For instance, we know that there probably will not be downloading and offline viewing available with that ad-supported tier on Netflix. And again, kind of like the pricing, this does put Netflix in line with most of their competition, who do not allow downloads on ad-supported or non-premium tiers. The third thing that we know is that not all titles are going to be available on that ad-supported tier. Now that doesn't mean it's going to have the same kind of levels of separation that you see on, say, Peacock. Ted Sarandos has said that the vast majority of what people watch will be available on the ad-supported tier. So there's a good chance that it won't affect most of what you want to watch unless you love the obscure stuff. But the reason this is happening is because Netflix, in order to get ready for that ad-supported tier, is going to have to renegotiate a ton of licensing deals. Yes, they have their Netflix originals, but they still license a lot of content. And the licenses that they have right now for that content do not include showing ads during that content. So they've got to rework a bunch of contracts in the coming months, and a lot of that will get done in time, and some of it won't, and so those shows will kind of by default not be available on the ad-supported tier. One thing we still don't know about this ad-supported tier is what resolution it will display in. It probably won't be in 4K, that would be too much to ask for, but my question is, will they show it in 1080p, or will they drop it down to 720p? We don't know, but I'd love to find out. But for now, hit the comments, let me know if $7 to $9 is kind of what you were expecting, if that's too much, if you're gonna quit Netflix over this, or if you might switch over to that ad-supported tier. Yeah, let me know in the comments. But for now, let's switch over to Paramount Plus, which is now available on the Walmart Plus plan. Now, what does that mean exactly? Well, let's start with Walmart Plus. This is kind of Walmart's answer to Amazon Prime. So you get discounts in store, you get free shipping on the website, I think, you get gas discounts, etc. But they're also getting into some of the ancillary benefits like music and now, yes, streaming. So you can get access to the Paramount Plus basic tier, the ad-supported tier, that's usually $5 a month. And you're gonna get it at no extra charge. So you're not paying that $5 for Paramount Plus, and it's also not raising the cost of Walmart Plus, at least not for now. So that cost remains $13 a month or $98 per year. All right, and the last thing we need to talk about is Plex, which hit the news about a week ago, and like I said at the beginning of the video, not in a good way. Plex admitted that yes, they had a data breach. So if you are a Plex user, you got an email about a week ago, but you may have missed that. So I wanted to make sure that everybody, at least on this channel, has heard about it. Basically what happened was one of their servers was accessed by some third party, but in their press release, Plex went out of their way to say that on that server, the email addresses and passwords that were accessed were actually hashed out, meaning that they couldn't be read, they were encrypted, so hopefully nobody got those anyway. And they said that no credit card information was acquired at all, so that's good news at least. But out of an abundance of caution, Plex is asking all of their users to change their password. So if you haven't done so yet, you're going to need to do so, and then you'll need to log in again on any device that you use Plex on. So good luck and have fun with that. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. If you have any streaming news or tips that you want to let me know about, then follow me on Twitter at @TLPCraig. You can send me tips there. You can DM me, well, whatever. I'd love to hear what you would like me to cover on this channel. Thanks for watching today, and I will see you Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern for the live stream that we do every week right here on this channel. See you there.